Right. Sorry about that. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's local SEO tips video, what I want to do is go ahead and answer anything and everything to do with local SEO, Google Business Profile SEO, Google Maps SEO, technical, pretty much anything that you need help with. I am more than happy to give some time so I can answer your questions, maybe even give a tutorial or a guide. So I really don't want to waste any time here. I was changing the titles, and inside the tool that I use in order to stream to all the platforms, I was unsure. Hey, if I change it here, is it going to change the URLs? Because it popped in my head. I think that happened to me before. I did not want that to happen. So sorry for the wait. A little bit of what would you call it? Cleanup. Like catching up. If you have not already, on YouTube, what you will find inside of the discussion tab, right? In the members only community tab, what you will find there is a link that will take you over to SEO Mastermind. Inside the discussion, you'll find a coupon code. We have all the recordings, trainings, courses, downloadables. There's stuff that you get that's included with your YouTube Mastermind, like subscription. So if you go to SEO Mastermind, follow that link, use that coupon code, it'll give you access, and then you'll get all the perks, like all the benefits. I do BOGOs, I do coupons, I have complimentary trainings in there. And then too, if you have a request, leave a members only request. I'll be happy to answer it for you. On top of that, if there's something that you want, maybe a script, or hey, can you look up the best citations for this? Whatever it is, there's something I could help you out with, please let me know. Leave a message and we'll address it, or we'll address it live. Or maybe you want me to do a guide or a tutorial. Let me know. All right. With that out of the way, we covered that. I guess we could get directly into it. Hopefully maybe you have some questions, maybe you do not. Hard to say. Either way, let's pop over here. All right. And we will see what I was checking out, or what we're doing over at the mastermind. We have a small testing group. What we've been focused on lately is citations, citation sources, indexation rates, search result indexation rates is a big one. But yeah, indexing directories, indexing citations, like what indexes or shows up inside of search results organically without building links or making unique descriptions. But we tested that too. Not only did we just add them normally, just build the manual, then we built another set and built links to it, 60,000 links. Then we built another set and we made all unique descriptions. And now we're building another set for another business where it's, our best list, descriptions are all unique, and then we're going to build links to it. Our objective is to naturally show up in search results more than 50% of the time. I would love that, because you have to note directories and citations are often omitted. And I found out something really interesting today. We were running API query calls for search results. And what I quickly realized is all of the indexing tools that are using an API call, when I'm searching for citations, it's saying that all of them are indexed. But when I go to search results, maybe 20% are indexed. Is this outlying? I'm going to do my own instead of using tools that are online. But is this conveying the message that search results and index are two different things? And just because we don't see it, does that mean it's still there? But still, I want to see them. With that being said, I guess I'm stalling for time. But let's see here. Michael says, "Hey, great hand waving. Great to see you. What do you recommend using to build links to your citations?" So I think there's a magnitude of ways to build links to your citations. What we're using, or what I'm testing with, is GSA. I've been building a GSA list for, I can definitely recall at least the past 4 years. So scraping, building, submitting, verifying, just like over and over, plus on multiple servers. So we use GSA, but That doesn't mean that you can't help your citations index by building foundational links or Web 2. This doesn't mean that you can't include them wherever you would like. I like GSA. I heard, I was speaking to a gentleman today. I think he was using Money Robot. I stopped using Money Robot, but maybe he's seeing success. So if you have Money Robot, you could use that. Blog comments could be effective. We're looking to get referring domains, right? Reference points or votes to these citations or directory listings. And the reason is because the more links that I point to something, the higher probability that that link will get recrawled again. Google's job is to crawl URLs, crawl hyperlinks. So if I build more links, there's a higher probability that I'll get seen, right? So that's the goal. Anyway, I don't like the way this screen looks. SEO on Mastermind, yes. So hey, if you guys and or gals have anything that you'd like me to cover, please feel free. And then this is how we're running them. Yeah, the last test that we did here, just to showcase, I won't give up too much because I don't want the other mastermind guys to get upset. Like, hey, don't be sharing the stuff that we work on. But here it is. So 50, 60, that's 70,000. So a gig worth of targets, right? And then when we looked at that, I believe that it was like a 50-50 split as far as follow, no follow. All right, so that's running in the background. Let's see here. All right. So digital, hello, good to see you, watching you. Is it set up to target citations with GSA? Like citations GSA? How it's set up is, I don't mind sharing this. I don't mind sharing really anything. But when you're setting up your campaign, if you take a look here, I'll slow this down just so it is, I already did. So when you take a look at this, I'll go in here to edit. Here, we'll make this bigger too. All right. So when we come inside of here, the target list that we're putting inside of here, instead of just adding one or two, I add the entire citation list. So we're building for 75 different directories. That's what we're building links to. So I'll build 50,000 divided by the 75, right? So roughly 700 links per, give or take, right? And this is how we do it. So what I'll do is I'll put this list inside of here, use random URL, that's perfectly fine. I'll put primary keywords in here as anchor text, branding anchor 100% of the time, so we want to use this. And then in each one of these sections, I put a percentage sign URL, percentage sign, so no matter what, if there's a place to drop a hyperlink, it will. If it's on articles, wiki, you know, these microblogs, anywhere you can place more than one URL, I have it placing between 3 and 5 extra. So it'll place anywhere between 3 and 5, you know, because if I can drop a link, I want to drop as many as I can. I mean, it's a spam tool. It's like, are we spamming or not? Right? So I use it to its full ability. And that's how we do it. I was very surprised, though. We built unique descriptions, and I had a higher search result indexation rate by building links. So I was surprised by that. Do you offer GSA as a service or something I need to purchase? GSA as a service. So GSA is a software that builds links automatically, right? The only thing that I provide is a verified GSA list. So if you have the tool, right, you have it installed on your machine and you have proxies, or if you need proxies, I only have mobile. So I have mobile proxies at proxypixie.com. And we have 2 different server locations. What I can supply you with is the list. So we update the list every single month. And I think we have 200 million verified targets. I think it's 13 gigs. So it's pretty hefty. We'll give you a P cloud. We don't do the automatic updating stuff. It's just P cloud, but I give all of the past lists and the new updated list. So anything new that we found plus all the other ones. So what you can do is you can take all those SL files, upload them into GSA, merge them, and then run through and make your own master list. So that's what I would recommend. So how do you define toxic links? I've seen a few different definitions. Okay. So toxic links, first and foremost, is referring to SEMrush's evaluation on, and this is their definition, right? They call them toxic. As far as toxic for me, even if I don't get a penalty, if a link that I'm building does not give me any type of benefit, then I would consider that to be toxic, really neutral, right? See, I look at backlinks as they're either neutral, they do nothing, or they give me a boost. I think Google has came a very long way to decipher between quality and non-quality. Like, is this category specific? Is this actually a link that's natural or is going to give you a boost? Or is it going to do nothing? Is it just neutral? Because how many times have you built a boatload of links and it did absolutely nothing? But then you'll build one that's category specific with high referring domain counts. It'll give you the lift you're looking for, right? So my definition of a toxic link is something that a backlink that drives me down. It's not neutral or a plus. That's toxic because the vast majority, 85% of links, and I build all different types, 85% of the links that you go out there and build are probably either going to be neutral or a plus. It's only very selective links and link networks that are going to be toxic. If I build a link or a link, like if I build a set of links and I get a dip or I get a drop, and I'm not talking about ranking fluctuation when you add a factor. No, like I build the links and I immediately drop, or maybe 30 days later, I start getting a steady decline. Like I have been placed on an algorithmic penalty. And the only factor that I introduced was a backlink. That link and that link network or wherever or however I built it, that's toxic. It's out of here. Yep. If I get a demotion instead of a neutral or a plus, it's toxic. That's my opinion. And not all links that you think are bad, or you look at SEMrush and it'll say, oh, this is toxic. Just because a tool or something doesn't look like super awesome doesn't mean that it's toxic. A lot of times, if you're going in there and you're cleaning up pages, let's say, for instance, you had a blog article. This blog article you built plus people naturally linked to it. Maybe you did some automated link building and you had 200 referring domains pointing at that site. SEMrush said, oh, these are all toxic. So what do? You 404 the page and you remove all those links and you remove that page. What happens? Site tanks. You just lost 200 referring domains. Tools and your eyes aren't Google. So unless I'm receiving an algorithmic penalty or Google straight up says, hey, manual action, I would leave it be. I would let it rest. Unless, there's caveats to that. If you're looking and it's just grotesque or the anchor text is just wrong or the URL is just wrong, there's certain lines that I don't like to cross. But for the vast majority of links, I'm not going to touch it unless I'm getting an algorithmic dip or I get a manual action. But anyway, fun topic. Hopefully that answers it. Gotcha. Are we seeing improvements on ranking when using citations with GSA? I'm not building citations with GSA. I'm building co-citation with GSA and pointing those links at my citations. I'm tiering out citations and directories. All right. It's a low cost, inexpensive way to build tiers. All right. More importantly, I don't know if you, just because I'm a visual learner, right? So please, here, let's go ahead and just slow this down. So what we'll do is we'll have this, okay? Let's just say that this right here is going to be our website. So this particular website, let's say this is a high commercial intent page. This could be the home page. Why not? Let's just say it's branded. I go out there and I build 75 citations. Okay, we'll use C for citations. Those 75 citations, what we'll do is we'll also build out, this is web 2, we call them foundation links. We'll build out 50 at least 50 to 100 of these Web 2s, and we'll take all of these citations and put them right on here, right? So these 50 are linking to all of these. And then on top of it, what we're doing now and what I'm testing out is I'm taking GSA and I'm building 60K, 50K, all different types, no follow. We don't care if it verifies and it goes, we let it run, right? As long as there's no derogatory terms in the URL or on the page and there's less than 100 outbound links. As long as it meets that criteria, we're rocking. And then this will be 60K GSA. So now we're pointing all these Web 2s and these citations, GSA, Web 2, pointing to these directories, which are then pointing over to the primary page. All right. The only other thing that I like to do, a lot of people don't do this, I guess. I recently found out, is if I have location pages, for instance, let's say these are location pages. All right. We're gonna build the structure backwards, okay, or upside down, I should say. Watch this. So this right here is the home page, okay, home page. This right here is primary service, and then these are location 1, location 2, and location 3. This process right here of this, and this. What we'll do is after we build out our double verify or double qualify citations, your Monta, MapQuest, Foursquare, Yelp, all of the double verify, like the best citations, the creme de la creme. Once we build those citations out, then we start looking for location specific and niche specific directories, and they could be worldwide. What I'm looking to do is I want uniqueness. There's some I'll repeat, but we're looking for unique directories that I could place name, address, phone number with a link going to these internal pages, to the location pages. All right. I'm looking to build the location pages and top level service pages. So this way I have unique referring domains, directories pointing to locations and top level service pages. Again, directories are an inexpensive, relatively safe way to get referring domains. All right, so hopefully that helps you out. Sorry, off topic. Best recommendation process for making content would be great. Just using chat and Gemini, and then I'll humanize it after everything is filled out. Here, let me just show you something briefly. All right. Let's go to Google. All right. All right. I was going to build a training around this. All right. What I would do is come inside of here. All right. Fine-tuning a model with structured output. All right. Take a look at fine-tuning or tuning your model, right? Inside of ChatGPT or inside of OpenAI, they make it very easy to go ahead and train a model. Also, here, I'll show you something else. Inside of Code Labs, so Google, Lambda, let me think what it's, give me 1 second. It is called, LLM. It's called, give me a second. We were messing around with this. Lambda is the one I like, but there's all types. It doesn't matter the model. What we're looking for, there's a special type of program. Give me 1 second. It slipped my mind the name of it. Fine-tune models using text. All right. Google. They have a platform for it. Vertex. Okay. So if you want to use OpenAI stuff, you can fine-tune using JSON. It's very easy, right? There's tons of walkthroughs. They're on Udemy. There's gentlemen and ladies on YouTube that'll give you walkthroughs. It's simple, right? Well, if you understand a little bit, it's not as easy as prompt chaining, but fine tuning the model will alleviate a lot of the nonsense that you're doing, right? Like, the humanizing stuff, Google can't read, but there are certain phrases and certain words that are often talked about or need to show up when describing or talking about a subject, right? So if you're doing law or real estate or you're a chiropractor, there's certain phrases, technobabble, things are talked about a certain way, right? Like the structure of sentences, the structure of paragraphs matters. The words that show up, right? The sequence of words matters. And when you're an industry expert, which is what gets rewarded, the sequence of words come out a certain way. And that's what you're fine tuning it to do. I want it to speak in a way of an expert or a professional in X industry. So this way, how it's speaking and the words that it's utilizing and the output reads very, very well, reads very well to the robot. So here's another one for you. All right. If you take a look at this introduction to tuning, they actually have a platform inside of here. It's very, very easy. All right. Here's the introduction. Check this out. It's called Vertex AI, and you're looking for tuning utilizing text. And what you'll want to do is, yes, it's going to cost you dollars. You're going to be paying for GIs or GUIs, whatever the terminology is. It can be relatively pricey. However, the output that you will receive when you're done is light years ahead, right? Because you have a big, huge base model. It knows a lot about everything. What we want to do is drill down. And how you drill down is by feeding it information. That's it. So these are the two ways that I know of. If you look up fine tuning, I think ChatGPT even added, here, let me see something here. I'll show you one more thing. We'll go over here to team. All right. Chat GPT. Start now. Here, let me see if I can get in here and just show you real quick. Here, log in. I don't have it on this computer. When you log into your OpenAI account where you have your API keys, where you have everything, like they'll pitch you Dolly, they'll pitch you ChatGPT, they'll pitch you all their products. Inside of there's a section, OpenAI has added a section to make it very easy to fine-tune the model or fine-tune models. Now, you can't fine-tune their newest models, but the one that was just a month ago is great. So OpenAI, they have a tuning right inside their dashboard, or you can use Vertex in order to tune Google's models. Another option for you, here, I'll show you one more thing, is this. Give me 1 second. Let me think to myself. There is a platform. It's much like Huggy Face, but it's different. So what we're Lambda Fork. There's a platform. Again, I don't know the exact name of it. I'll know it when I see it. Give me 1 second. Lambda LLM Fork. Give me one moment. All right. Google Lambda LLM Fork. I want to say it's like Resonate. Man, it's slipping my mind right now. I think it's called like Resonate, or I can't think of the name of the platform, but they already have pre-trained models inside of this platform. If you go digging inside of, wait a minute. If you go digging here, I'll show you here. It's called Google Labs. Give me 1 second. If you look up Google Lam, Google Lambda AI. They'll take you into where I don't have this stuff off the top of my head. I know it's out there. I'm trying to get you to the site. I'll give it one more second and then I got to move on. But Lambda AI, rent model GPUs. It's one of these platforms, but they have all of these pre-trained models based on, is it Replicate? It's something like this. Explore. This is one of them. Get inside of here. I think you'll find a lot of what you're looking for. There's a lot of different models in here, even stuff from Google. So take a look in here. I think you'll be wildly surprised. I believe this is the right platform. This will get you on the right track. OpenAI, you're looking to fine tune. And then on top of that, if you want to use or fine tune right inside of Google, right inside the console, use Vertex AI. But you're looking to either do it with JSON and or text. Text is going to cost you a little bit more, but then you know exactly what you're feeding it. All right. Then as soon as you have that done, then what we're looking to do is, I'm sure you have TextRaiser or something to scrape entities, or maybe even the NLP API. You can scrape your entities, and then you can go and scrape the top 50 results or top 100 results to get an average of headers. Now we know how many headers we need. Then we can put in place, okay, how many headers are optimized? Okay, here's the entities we want to use. All right, now let's build the content around this with our tuned model. And now you'll have something. And that's my answer, my friend. Long-winded, but that is the answer. Humanizing, that's completely up to you. Remember, you're using a model to tune a model. All right. Just because it passes a humanization, or just because a tool says it's AI, doesn't mean that it is. And it doesn't mean that if I pass it, it's going to pass Google or a person for that matter. So in any case, you can do, as long as the tech content is unique, Google does not mind. Okay. What is GSA? GSA, Search Engine Ranker, is a old school link building tool. It's an automated link building tool. I'm actually doing the right things for my SEO. So here's another one. Don't know the fundamentals really, specifically for local-based home services. He does a lot of structure, but I'm confused on content. Okay. All right. If you're confused on content, let me just give you a very brief understanding here. I don't know what your home services are, but let's just say you're doing window installation. Okay. Let's say you're doing window installation in Long Island. All right. You know what your keywords are, right? You know what your high commercial intent keywords are, and you know what informational keywords are, right? High commercial intent makes dollars. Information supports the pages that make dollars, right? So you have service pages and supporting pages. These are intents. Once you understand intent, laying in the foundation is easy because it's main entity, high commercial intent, supporting content. That's the structure. Next, we need to know, okay, I do window installation. What do I write? Well, what's great about Google is it's a closed system. So when we're dealing with a closed system, Google is showcasing what they want to see. Now, people or websites, owners of these websites, are winning for more than one reason. So what I would highly recommend is either have a tool like Quora, or you can use a tool like Page Optimizer Pro, or you could just use your eyes, right? You can just count the pages using free Chrome extensions like SEO Quake, or this is called SEO Pro extension, right? What we're looking for first and foremost, just like writing a paper for school. You know, when you had to write a paper in school, the first thing that you want to do is what? What's the outline? So the outline, AKA, is headers. So what do we write? Well, we know what our service is. We know where we're targeting. Now we just need to put our outline in place. So the outline is very simple. How many headers do I need? So you take a look. If you're using a tool, take a look at all 100 or the top 50. If you're doing it manually, look at the top 10. Take a look at all 10. What is the average header count that I need? There's my structure. Okay, now I'm formulating a page. Here's how many headers I need. We know there's one H1, and then we have header, subheader, H2, H3, H2, H3, right? So there's your header usage. Here's how many headers I need. Word count is the same thing. I'm looking at the top 10 performers. What is the average word count that's being rewarded? What's the average? So now we have found out how many headers, what's our structure, how many words, and then we can also take a look while we're looking at how many headers, how many of them contain the keyword. That's optimization. That's it. Once you understand the intent of what you're doing, high commercial or informational, the next step is how many words. Okay, what's the outline of my page? How many headers? Then we need to figure out how many headers have a keyword. And then you write your content. And then when you're curious about the word counts, look and see what's being rewarded. That's a very brief rundown, but I hope that helps you out. All right. Yep, that's right. Got it. So tiered linking. Yep. Okay. Instead of an individual coaching, could I pay you to review my site and give me a list of the things I should do to improve? I would like to learn how to do these things by myself. Definitely. For sure. I mean, you could do it now. I mean, we have 20 minutes. If you have something you want to look at, or you could feel free to book time. Either way, it's completely up to you. Can't you interject into AI, make it friendlier, make it more human? Well, sure. I mean, you can even train a model to sound more human or positive or whimsical. I think is a good term. Thank you. I made a custom GPT for it SEO, but it's hard for me to know if it's actually working. Didn't use JSON. Gemini is great for coding help, and GPT usually makes good content seemingly. See, there you go. Once I interview a query or a comment, I will write it to make it friendlier or more human for an article I'm working on. And I use GPT. See? There you go. You could do the output and then piece by piece. In my opinion, though, Barbara, that strategy is very, it's just time consuming, you know? If it's worth it for you, if you're putting out pieces of content and you're keeping people or potential customers on the page longer and seeing more sales, well, then of course it's worth it. But I think the execution, getting it all out there and hurry up and wait is more important than, like, oh, is this read just perfectly, but I see merit in both ways, to be quite frank. All right. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. On page creation. Glad to help. All right. If you have any questions, go ahead and toss them in. If not, all right. All right. So let's go over here and just double check this. All right. So what I want to know is the comments. All right. So we have a question here. So let's go ahead and answer. Google Business to use a product section profile. Google terms require it to be tangible product. If I have a tour buses, do booking sections add the same local? Should each booking per city similar to how you lay out products? All right. Product section in Google Business requirements. Okay. Okay, Control F, products. All right, you can turn online searches into store shoppers by automatically to add your in-store, manually upload your products, product underline, upload the product, to automatically add your products. Must adhere to, okay. Must adhere to the shopping ads policy. We do not allow content related to regulated products and services. That's regulated, like alcohol, tobacco, gambling, pharmaceuticals, and unapproved supplements. Submitting products that violate Google's policy may result in removal of the entire product catalog, including products that aren't in violation. See, I ran into this before. If you're a service business, your service is your product. It's not against the guidelines to showcase your services in the product section if you're a service business. Almost every single business owner that I work with, almost all of them, are professional service providers. Chiropractor, law, real estate, a few dentists, Invisalign, right? Their service that they're providing, installation of windows, I have some plumbers, their service, that's their actual product. That's their tangible product. So it's not against the guidelines. It's very clear and defined. On top of that, learn how to add your products to your business profile. Learn how to upload, learn how to add your products. All right, shopping policy. All right. Okay. Request a review, understand product approval, provide good experience for customer. We develop a set of policies. If your uploaded product doesn't meet, okay. Or, okay. So yeah. Oh, I like this. What is this part? Include about us. Let customers know that they can follow you on social media profiles and link to those pages. Transparency. This is good. Yeah, nowhere does it say that. I think I'm going to make a video about this. That's been brought to my attention a few times. So, can add your service as a product and category. No issues. Okay. Then link to the relevant page. All right. Great point on Google Rank. Ranks pages, not sites. Glad to help. All right. If you have anything for the last few minutes here, please let me know. I'll be happy to look at something, look at a site, a map, anything. Anything you need help with, please let me know. My name is Roma. Okay. Book a work with us on the calendar. That's the best thing to do to get in front of me. Can a GBP without website, can it rank with just reviews and products? Yes, it can. You don't have to have a website for it to rank. Okay. Okay. About your training. Yes, it is working and what we use for crawling. search results are different than the index. We want links to be seen. All right. All right, I'm going to pop over. It's equal exchange without having to validate costs. Yep. So this video here, I was breaking down how we're a deliverable based agency. So everything that we do has a time and a cost associated with it. So this particular gentleman, Sleep Picks 10, I assume it's a gentleman based on the photo. But what I learned from this is to buckle and dime the client for every little thing. Nice. That isn't what I was trying to convey. What I was trying to convey is how you come up with $1,000 or $1,500 per month. And that's how we do it. We're still going to get to the X amount per month, but it's broken down item by item. There's never a debate on a value exchange. The value exceeds the cost, period. Here's exactly what I'm doing. Here's the cost, and here's your price. Now, whether you want to pay that right now, half now, or you want to break it up over 6 months, irrelevant to me. But depending on how fast you pay, depends on how fast we execute work. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we do it. It's all deliverable based. I never have to explain the value cost ratio. The value always exceeds the cost, right? I dislike that game. You're just increase inner links. It helps push important pages. So this particular person's asking about adding links, whether it's in the footer or the header or in the body, to important pages like service location pages. When you add internal links pointing to pages, when pages have a over exceeding amount of internal link flow pointing to them, this is conveying to the robot, Google, hey, this page is very important. So that's why you do that. I do check it out on YouTube. Yes, I do. All right. Thank you. Glad to help. All right. I'm going to come back over here. Okay. So what I think we'll do here. All right. I'll answer these questions and then I'll make a mini video while we're talking together related to the product section inside of Google Business Profile. But let's get through these questions here. Fresh Site put a bit more work before submitting it for review. Thank you. Have you tried testing GBP Web 2 GSA? Yes, a very long time ago. That's why it's our process now. However, that's going to be the next iteration. What I'm thinking on the next set of tests is going to be, we're going to create our directory listings or citations. We're going to take that entire list, put it onto Web 2, right? And then what we're going to look to do is do GSA, but we're also going to have unique descriptions. So create the directories, unique descriptions, take that whole list, 75 or 100, put it onto the Web 2s, and then we're just going to start hitting it with GSA. The Web 2, I'll let you know. So we'll hit all the directories and the Web 2. So it's almost creating like a mini tier. But that's what we've been doing. It's been effective up to this point. For a long period of time, I was using a Google News Network in order to power up citations, PR, keep everything indexed. But sometimes good things have to come to an end. What are some of the more common reasons you've seen for Google Maps ranking to go down? More common reasons. The most common reason is changes within the profile. Business owners getting antsy and changing things. That right there is the most common way. Another very common way is you're not the only one that's doing SEO, and understanding that as hard as you're pushing, so is this guy or this gal, right? So the most common reasons are other players entering the market, making actual changes, or just little missteps, little F ups that SEOs and business owners make, right? Like forgetting the last number on the phone number, erasing their description, pointing the product section to the wrong page, accepting all the recommendations from Google and just blasting the service section, and now I'm diluted. These are very common. Usually errors, other players, that's most common, or making changes. Does a GBP have to have an associated address? I have a client that doesn't want to use their address. It does not have to have an associated address. However, when you're creating that account, you're still giving an address to Google, right? So Google knows where the asset is. So with that being said, let's move on. Does a GBP have to use an address? I have a client. So again, you can have a service area business unless something has changed. It's been a while since I've gone in there to do that. I believe when you first set up, I know for a fact that Google recently has just changed the setup process. It's probably been 5-6 days, right? Like even the screens are different now. So could they have changed that in the last 6 days? Maybe. But the last time I was in there setting them up and creating them, you still had to give an address of where the business is, whether you're hiding it or not. You know, whether you're showing it or not, whether you're a service area business or not, you still give them an address, a name, address, phone number. So, all right, let's go over here. All right. Oh, that's cool. There you go. There you go. Proxy pics. I'm just grabbing something here. I can't record. I can't record and do this. Okay. I thought I could record these as well. All right. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just bring this up. All right. Here, we'll go back over here. All right. Give me 1 second. So here, we'll finish this off. Question about profiles. Okay. Let's go ahead and answer this because it is a member. And plus, I really, really like this. All right. Darn it. Google products. Guidelines for Google business profiles. Guideline for representing your business. All right. All right. Overview of Google business profile policies. All right. All right, so here's what we'll do. My head is really shiny. This light's shining on my head. It's kind of hot in here. That's okay. So here's what we'll go ahead and do. All right. Ready? Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's Google Business Profile Google Maps video, what I'd love to share with you are the policies and guidelines when adding categories and products to your Google Business Profile listing. So this actual video comes up because I had a question from a subscriber, and they asked, "Hey Chris, I have a question about Google Business Profile. To use the product section of the profile for each city page, Google's terms require it to be a tangible product." All right. And that's what we're going to deliberate on. If I have tour bus or booking sections, can I add the same local SEO value? And if so, should I have each booking per city page service similar to how the layout products? I'm going to have to redo that. Here, let's redo this. That's fun. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's Google Business Profile Google Maps video, what I'd love to go ahead and share with you is the policies. What the heck? Geez, can I make this policy video, Hayes? Is that okay? My dog just came in here and jumped up on my table here. Ay, caramba. Knocked over my water jug. All right, third time's a charm is what I've heard. Sheesh. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's Google Business Profile and Google Maps Policies video, what I'd love to share with you is an answer to a question that I receive pretty consistently regarding the product section inside of your Google Maps or Google Business Profile. So this actually comes about because I got a question from a subscriber. That's why it's fresh in mind. And they ask, "Hey, Chris, question about Google Business Profiles. To use the product section, right? Utilizing the product section to showcase a service, Google's terms require it to be a tangible product, right?" And this policy is what I want to address because this is what I get asked all of the time. I understand that the vast majority of business owners or SEOs that are watching this video, you're probably doing SEO for yourself or for your clients. Whatever the case, I want to cover the policy so you know that, hey, you have a service. One second here. I just thought of something. Here. Actually, give me 1 second. Post content supported, prohibited, and restricted guidelines. Okay. 1 second. To have a maximum. Okay. Oh my gosh, everybody wants me to not do this video. Jeez Louise. Jeez. Oh man, everything. All right. I'm getting calls. My dog's knocking over my stuff. Jeez Louise. This video has to be made. In any case, last time. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's Google Business Profile Google Maps Policies video, what I'd love to share with you is the policies surrounding the product section inside of your Google Maps or Google Business Profile listing. So I get this question all the time from business owners and SEOs wanting to add their services into the product section. So this is on top of mind because a subscriber asked a question related to the product section and creating a product for their services, right? And then appending or adding locations to each product. Is this okay? And is it against the guidelines? Because they're even pointing out, and I hear this all the time, Google's terms require it to be a tangible product. So what I want to cover right now is I want to share with you the guidelines, how to add it, what not to do. Let's not waste any time. So here, let's get over to what exactly are we talking about here. So I'll share with you inside of this profile over here. I'll share with you here's alligator. So I've shown alligator numerous times. So when we're talking about products, we're talking about when you get into the profile, you see this products, and then you have your services, right? So services is here and products are here. All right. When we're talking about adding products, you click on products. All right. And then inside of this particular section, you have categories, and then you have the product itself. Now, the enhancement that you get is for 4 separate categories. What I mean by enhancement is if you scroll down here, see how it says explore categories, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 enhancements or 4 categories are 4 unique URLs. Okay. So this is the enhancement. You get 4 categories. Inside of each of these categories, you're allowed up to 20 different products. Now that's the guideline, 20 products per category. However, I have pushed the barriers. You can get more, but it is not recommended, and that is against the guidelines. Now, speaking of guidelines and policies, now that you know what the products are, categories are, and how to add them, let me share with you the actual guidelines behind this. So follow me over here to Google. I did a brief search for Google product guidelines for Google business profiles. When you click on this, there's actually 2 separate help features. There's one for guidelines representing your business on Google and all Google business policies and guidelines. Now, when we go to all guidelines, you can take a look here at understanding product approval. All right. So if we take a look at this, we'll click on understanding this product approval. All right. If we scroll down here, let me get to it. We'll go back one, understanding product approval. I'm looking for the section that allows it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to edit this now. How to find your profile. Business profile, policies and guidelines. Remember the pop-out that we had? There it is. Son of a gun. All right. See, now you're seeing behind the curtain. Sometimes when I make videos, it might be 5 or 6 takes before I get the thing done. Because it's like, I should have said it this way, or, I forgot to add this. All right. All right, and I'll put that in the chat below. We'll come over here. Oh my gosh. If you guys left and gals, I understand. 5 takes. Oh, I love it. All right, delete this. Delete this. Come on over here. Put this up here. Delete this. Yes. All right. Now, where were we? All right. Jeez Louise, 5 takes. Oh, my goodness gracious. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's Google Business Profile and Google Maps video, what I'd love to share with you are the policies surrounding your product section inside of your Maps listing. Now, what I want to outline for you in this video is what are products? What are the categories? How do you add them? What are the guidelines? What can you do and what can't you do? And then I'll even show you on Google itself what the actual policies are. This is top of mind, and this video comes about because a subscriber asked a question about the product section inside of the Google Maps or Google Business Profile listing. And I get this question all the time from SEOs, business owners. And here, I'll read it to you. So, hey, Chris, I have a question about Google Business Profiles. To use the product section of the profile for each of my city pages, for a service, of course, Google's terms require it to be a tangible product. And this is a misconception. If you are a service-based business, your service is your product. Now, there are guidelines behind how many products you can add and what you can and cannot add, and we're going to go over that right from the horse's mouth, Google. They have a clear and defined policy, okay? With that being said, this particular user is trying to add booking sections and locations for services, all right? So let's answer this. How do you add categories and products? Let's jump on over here to an actual profile so I can share with you the differences, how you add them, and what it is. So inside your Google Business Profile, the product section, if you don't even know what I'm talking about, you go to your business profile, you log in. You have products and you have services. Your services, you're going to list whatever services you have on your website. Great. Your products, there's two parts. You have categories, and then you have your products itself. When we're talking about a service business, generally, you're going to have the main category as primary keyword, and then each of the products will be primary keyword plus location, and you'll point to that specific page. Now, what you want to do is you want to pick 4 main categories because 4 categories gets an enhancement. What's an enhancement? Well, when you scroll down your profile, if you see this right here, it says explore categories. You get the enhancement for 4 categories. The enhancement is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these has their own URL. Very similar URL, but at the very end of it, it has its own unique URL. So you'll get your product pop out, and underneath here, you'll have your category, and then these are products. These products, then you can link to the actual page that's hyper relevant. All right. Now, there is a clear and defined guideline for how many products you're allowed to have. It's in the policies, and the number is 20. Now, yes, I have pushed the boundaries and added more than 20 without any issue. However, it is against the guidelines. 20 is the number. All right. Now, I also want to point out to you policies surrounding the product section. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So here's the guidelines for representing your business on Google. This is straight from support.google.com, and I'll leave these links below so you can go and read these for yourself. Now, if you go down here for representing your business, there's a product section. If you click on the product section, I want to point out what is against the guidelines. So if you take a look here, if you run a retail, to add your in-store manually upload your products with the product editor, to automatically add your products to your business profile, connect point of sale system, both methods must adhere to the following guidelines. So here we go. Products submitted via product editor added automatically must adhere to the shopping policy. All right, we'll take a look at that. Here's the guidelines of what you cannot have. We do not allow content related to regulated products and services. Regulated, including alcohol, tobacco, gambling, financial, pharmaceuticals, and unapproved supplements or health medical devices. It's clear and defined. This is a policy, right? Here's what you're allowed. Here's what you're not. It doesn't say any services. We do not allow content related to regulated services. Submitting products that violate Google's policy may result in removal of the entire product catalog. Now, when you go over to learn more about the shopping ads policy, here, we'll take a look at that together. If you come inside of here and you search for just the word service, Okay. Google's profile additional terms of service for business entities. Service, there's nothing even here for that. We'll go to products. All right. Understand product approval. Here we go. Product may be subject to warning, disapprovals, limited visibility. The issues can prevent your products from showing. Okay. Policies and data requirements when you product, if your uploaded product doesn't meet the product data specification. So if you say it's one thing and it's another, that's against the guidelines. Shopping policy requirements, we just went through that. I'm just making sure that you have it. Here's the shopping policy requirements. We already looked at the product requirements, what's allowed, what's not allowed. I also covered what are categories, what are the products, how many products you're allowed to add. And I also went over the policy for what you just cannot have in there. Nowhere does it state that a service business cannot list their service as a product and then link to a relevant page. The only way you're not allowed is that if it's a regulated service. All right. With that being said, you can check below for these links so you can cover this. I hope that this video helps you out and helps you understand what Google Business Profile or Google Maps listing products are, what Google Maps listing product categories are, how you can set them up, and the policies surrounding them. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you have any questions related to Google Maps, Google Business Profile, or a policy question, please feel free to go ahead and ask in the section below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Google Business Profile, Google Maps listing product category video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right. Sheesh. I'll answer any other questions that you might have. And then I got to run. Can a location page be copies of each other? I heard your CTR service stinks. Yeah, if a business does not already have any footprint already, if they haven't done any of the legwork, for instance, they have no digital references, no directories, no data aggregation, no citations, they barely have a website up, they've did none of the work, or they've just started out. They're a month in, 6 months in, and they're just starting to get their footing. Yes, a CTR service, whether it's mine or anyone else's, is not a magic ticket. You see what I mean? Also, if you're a service-based business and there's no point, right? Like there's no actual address, we even clearly state inside the service that, hey, if you're a service-based business, this can take longer and the results are minuscule compared to a physical location business. So if I had 100 people, 80 people would say hooray, probably 90%. But yep, not every single business is a success. That's an absolute, yeah, it's true. I don't know any SEOs that have 100% hit rate. We have a very high success rate, but not 100%. I just can't. We're not perfect. But with that being said, Walking as Christ, Best SEO Tips for Free Christian ebook. If it's a free ebook, I would build information about the questions that are inside the book. What's the book about? Right? Like, what is the book covering? And what information can you expand on that's related to that book, right? There's more than one idea inside of the book, right? Like you're covering multiple concepts. You're giving them value of sorts. So there has to be content surrounding the concepts that are in that book. Now, how you decide to market that content that's surrounding the main idea of the book, that could be through podcast, that could be through video, that could be through content. On top of that, you also want to push advertising to blog content. Create some blog articles related to the contents that are in the book. What you'll find out is when you're running advertising, Google organic, Facebook ad, Reddit, to actual blog or informational content, it's far cheaper than high commercial intent. So you'll get a lot more interactions, right? This is my best advice. So I hope that this helps you out. I appreciate your time. I'll upload my category video, and that's going to wrap it up. If you have any questions about local SEO, Google Maps, Google Business Profile, Google Ads, anything, ask in the section below. If you want to let us know below. If you want to do a public, any type of service testing with us, complimentary, somebody just a random, like a normal business owner. If you want to test out our services and convey the results, right? You have to be a random person. Let me know in the section below. I'd love to